How's it going, everyone? It's Liam Caddison here, and we have hit the halfway point of the Vampire Diaries Season 8, as we're on Episode 8. So yeah, it was probably the best episode of the season so far, with that last episode, and it definitely has set things up for future consequences, especially in regards of Stefan, who is molding back into his Ripper obligations. I guess really not by choice, to be fair, because, I mean, he's having to work for the devil, and that moral conscience is going to be a bit of a hindrance. So, in order to fulfill his obligation, he's got to flip the switch off, and he's got to get back into Ripper form. So, yay! But it should be very interesting to see what's going to happen, because it kind of is a little bit of a treat when it comes to Stefan as the Ripper. So yeah, with that said, let's get into episode number 8 of Season 8 of the Vampire Diaries. Let's go.
I'm Damon, and I have anger issues.
Oh God. Well, that's an understatement.
What brought you to the meeting today?
Well, I got my brother this job.
Actually, I asked for the job.
Yeah, through my connections.
I'm guessing they're scouting someone or some shit.
All of himself.
Okay. He's just jealous because I'm better at finding new clients. For instance, who would you say is the worst person in this room? Huh? Meg or Elizabeth? You both have said some pretty awful things. I'm sure that given the right opportunity...
I mean, define awful, because that wouldn't make them the worst person in the
I
room.
don't think they make...
Elizabeth had to die in order for you to live.
And I want them both to die.
Whoa. What if we threw in
Pump the brake!
Choose
No!
between yourself and these people.
Pump the bloody brakes!
Then, these are mine.
What are you doing?
Oh
Meditating?
my God.
It's called self-control, Damon. No dripping blood equals no temptation. I'm doing it right this time. Heads will remain intact.
Looks very fine.
He's on a Ripper diet.
Fine.
Me catching up on work projects and trying not to think about the past, which is ironic considering where my boss sent me today.
Ah,
By
back
the
to
way,
school.
Mystic Falls High School looks exactly the same as Winbury.
I'll tell you what. If you sneak into Coach Lyman's office and write something really rude in his playbook, drinks are on me.
Matt, grow up!
Something rude like impolite, or something rude like
He
really
stinks.
disgusting.
Awesome. Yeah. Turns out he was related to a family from Mystic Falls. And through the magic that is the internet,
Wow.
I tracked down a living descendant. He's here to claim the remains. Hey, Mr. Maxwell, you finished signing those forms?
Ah. Oh shit.
You two know each other.
They're a bit close.
Everyone loves her.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Miss Sybil.
I wonder why everyone loves her.
What are you doing here?
She can't get her own way if,
Well, yesterday we finished the revolution. Or call the police or ask anyone for help. Just know that if you do, none of these kids are gonna make it to their next class.
So you're threatening these kids? Yo.
Can we just skip to the part where you tell me
Yo,
what you
crazy.
want? Sure. Please turn to Chapter 3, Antebellum, Virginia. Miss Forbes, you can take a seat.
Be the disruptive pupil, Carrie. Really piss her off. But then again, I guess she'll kill kids.
Over there.
I'm kind of getting her later.
You know, she's a doctor, not some order.
Vibes, I'm not gonna lie.
Manicured nails mean she doesn't work with her hands. Medical pager means she's on call. Only in her 20s and already a doctor.
Just
Huh.
squint,
Must
just
have
squint.
graduated
She's
early.
a later.
Really? Only one way to find out, right?
That's cheating. Ain't that cheating?
Oh my God! Is there a doctor here?
Yo.
Did some internet stalking. So it turns out that Tara's mom and dad were both in a car accident 10 years ago. It was a hit and run. They never found the driver. Told you she was driven by something.
No, but I'm not gonna lie though. Like at a glance, and if you squinted your eyes, Tara, I'm believing that is her name. She kind of looked like a lady, and now her parent. Was this deliberate or some shit, or is this just me? Yeah. Because I'm sure she doesn't look as Elena as Raina did, but you know, just squint it a little, the eyes. Okay.
That look familiar?
Wait.
No, not really. But it could have been inside the family storage box that Damon
I was
came
gonna
looking
say, go back to the sphere.
Yeah. Meanwhile,
for. Really? Yeah. Maxwells used to be in the business of making church bells. That's how our family metalwork started back in the day.
that's cool.
Yeah.
You got a really low bar for cool.
As a doctor, every life has to be as important as the next.
Yeah, every life matters.
Even after everything that he's done?
Whatever you feel about your brother's past.
What if I told
It's
you
not
that he
her
caused your
affair.
parents' deaths?
What?
Wow,
Parents
Stefan!
Killed by a
Damon is the one who killed your parents.
You're really... This is it, though. He's railroading her into the dark choices. Yo, what the fuck?
Cade never said I couldn't take a shortcut.
I told you she'd be a champ.
In order for the rest of the game to play out.
You stop cheating for just
This
one
is
second.
maniacal from
I work for
Stefan.
the devil. I don't have to play fair.
What the fuck?
There were other people here. A group of men and women who were different, misunderstood. Ultimately, they burned to death because
This
of
is
who
just
they
her
were.
way to
Are you
really
talking
get
about
at
the 100
Caroline.
witches who were burned at the stake here? 1790. Now, get up.
She's just really trying to get back at Caroline.
Consider that a warning. Any deaths today will be your fault. and
All
will go
right,
on your
because you
scorecard
can't
for
take
hell.
accountability. You're so perfect. You're so perfect, no one can fault you.
Had befriended this metalsmith.
This is
Threw a
all
little wrinkle into his
tying
plan.
into what Matt's dad found.
What are they
Oh,
doing?
wait,
Call
no.
it extra credit.
No, I know what they're doing.
Some kind of a parade, a bell hanging on a float.
The Founders Day Parade. They ring the charter bell every year.
It's a replica.
Yeah.
The real one
Oh.
went over something called Wickery Bridge in 1992.
Of course.
Anyway, errand?
Oh, you brought the lighter. Of course you did. Good girl.
Put it out, Carrie! Put it out! You're quicker than...
Let them go. Any other?
Ever. Sorry, Damon.
You twat.
You're too weak to convince her otherwise.
I was gonna say...
And he goes back to drinking. Then one night he gets behind the wheel, causes another accident.
You son of a bitch!
Someone else's parents die. Or maybe this time it's a couple of kids.
We can't predict the future.
I know, but we can judge the past. How many times does
Those who
Damon
do
have
not
to
learn
show us
from
who he
history,
really
yeah,
is
am I
before
right?
we have-
I'm sorry for what I did.
Oh shit, she's gonna lock the door. No one needs to see. Shit, Tara, no!
I appreciate you saying that. But it's just not enough.
No, Tara! You can still pull away. Nope, she's not pulling away.
2:47 p.m.
See, it's funny because Damon. Oh shit! What you gonna do with that, Stefan?
According to the head dive Sybil did on your dad.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Why?
Wickery Bridge is where Lena's parents drove the car off the road. When the sheriffs dredged out the car, they found something else. The old charter bell. It was broken, but they saved it.
Well, let's hope you didn't sell it on eBay.
No, your mom had it in storage.
Insane.
Says the guy who threw it off the bridge. And what were you thinking anyway?
Thinking about the parade.
What?
You wanted to throw a spanner in the works?
You know the one where they put the charter bell on a float and some rich guy rings it while two dumbasses stand on either side of him wearing moldy Civil War
And they just
uniforms.
clap.
I was one of the dumbasses in the parade. Made that bell. The Maxwell family. The very first family with a skilled trade that brought people to this area. It's because of us that there was ever even a town at all.
We have
The people who took over the town. They
this
had
town
money,
is
lots of it.
ours.
They called themselves the founders. They made themselves the elite. And they treated the Maxwell family like an embarrassment.
What if it was all a game? I was just giving you a morality test.
And you
That
failed.
would be insane and cruel.
Either way, my brother is still dead.
Oh
from
wow!
natural
Either way,
causes,
your
right?
parents are still dead.
You called me
wow.
after the fact.
dead.
Technically, you're not wrong.
No!
You're sleeping off a Burdain hangover, Damon.
Well, fortunately, I got a little pick-me-up from an orderly that came to get my body.
Oh no.
Missing something? I found this in your pocket. You've been carrying it around for weeks, haven't you?
So what?
We're here for our little game.
Because she looked.
Does
It
she
was.
remind you of someone?
It was
Interested in
deliberate.
medicine, brown eyes, brown hair, orphaned by tragedy.
It was
Sure reminds
deliberate.
you of Elena.
The hammer that swings inside a bell. So those three missing things, they're all a part of one bell.
Okay.
Properly assembled, this bell becomes like a mystical, witchified super bell.
Shit.
Hey, sissy. Looking for something? Celine.
Beat you to the
Now I know why
punch.
she kept organizing my house. Suddenly feeling the need to vent.
Well, there was an anger management thing at the very beginning. Oh no. They didn't. It's not even Carrie's fault. It's not even anyone's fault but your sister's. Big gigantic ass torch. That's lit up. Okay. No casualties. Hey. I still feel like they should have put out the fire. I know she probably would have lit it.
Me wrong. Prove that the past is behind us. Prove to me that you don't care.
If that thing gets destroyed.
I don't.
Oh shit, no.
Fine. Fine.
No. No, not for Elena.
My friends, I was the only one whose family didn't have a legacy in Mystic Falls. So I felt like an outsider in my own town. Then I find out our family had a history after all.
I mean, to be fair, you're
That
still
could've
an
changed
outsider
everything
because
for
you're a
me.
human.
But you never gave me a chance to know about it.
Together on that little road trip we took, there's plenty of time for me to plan an off switch in their brain, and I can drop them at any second. So you better
So
not piss me
entitled.
off. Yeah. I just hope that the next time he goes, Ripper, your kids aren't in the house.
Oh, it'll be so satisfying when she beats the shit out of her. Over and over and over and over again.
Me to have this thing anyway. Honestly, I don't even know why I want it.
You do.
Whenever I have it, I just feel better.
In that case, it sounds like your brother's kind of a jerk.
Ah, a little bit.
Just things are weird right now. My brother takes a turn for the worse. All bets are off.
Yeah. Ripper full,
sometimes
100%
people
Ripper.
bounce
Yeah.
back.
He did have that glitch as well, didn't
By
he?
doing
When
penance like you.
Damon fed on faux Elena. Oh, he's tempted by the neck. Oh no. Yo, he's lost it. He's lost it. Oh my god, he's back! Ripper! Oh, hells. Ripper! Oh, bloody hell. Well, the Ripper is back. Big time. I'm rating it. No, you're not. You're not. I mean, it was inevitable, to be fair, of course, but just seeing that scene is fantastic. Not. So, yeah. It's just so funny, though, because even before Stefan went 100% Ripper, I mean, he was already the better brother, especially with how Stefan was just trying to manipulate Tara, so... yeah, and just forcing her into that darkness. So, it's so funny though, because it's not natural in terms of, like he was giving her a little push. But it's kind of not fair as well because of the idea that everyone has a little bit of darkness in them. and Stefan just decided for optimal results, I'm just gonna nudge her in the right direction. Ugh. I mean, to be fair, it didn't help that this was also a test for Damon, which he failed because of his ties to Elena. So, I'm glad I wasn't twitching when I'm like, she kind of looks like Elena, but she's not Raina. So, and that rhymes. Well, we got some interesting, I guess, bites in this episode. An episode which is called Before I Forget. So, yeah, we have history together, which, I mean, I want to go for 2 answers because, of course, I'm not sure. It feels like it's, you know, something said in passing by Stefan or something along those lines in terms of, you know, referring to a certain vampire and all of that. It isn't just Damon. But yeah, I mean, there were quite a few that popped up in season 1, of course. But I'm also thinking about the B plot of this episode where you have this whole Belle debacle. And how Sybil took her class out, so because I can definitely see it being said, like as a again in passing and all of that. Like Elena could have probably said it to Stefan in terms of him trying to pass off as, you know, this kid and all of that, of course. So yeah, but with the idea that Elena went to school, and you know, that was very, very apt with, like I said, the B plot of this episode, and Sybil trying to get her own way again in terms of finding the spell, which does seem like a little bit of a nuke for the supernatural and all of that. So, yeah, that would really, really be a kicker for Sybil, I would imagine. So. But we got some interesting little bits with the exploration of how this town was pretty much, like I said, the town for Matt, a Donovan, I guess a Donovan / Maxwell, because, yeah, he's called Matt Donovan, but I guess he is a Maxwell, so, yeah. But, yeah, we got some interesting lore in regards to this iconic bell, seemingly, because of the fact that it seems to be uber powerful. And then Matt's dad decided to yeet it into the river, so to really get back at the people who took over. Because Mystic Falls was theirs. It's this whole rags to riches story in a sense, in terms of, because Matt has felt like the outsider, and there's no denying that throughout the course of the season, of the seasons, should I say, plural, I can understand why Matt would feel like a little bit of an outsider, just given the fact that he has, even when some characters were human and all of that, he kind of has felt a little outside and all of that. So yeah, but it's kind of funny in a sense that he would say, "I've you know, just found this history out about my family, and I've always felt like an outsider." And he is anyways, considering he's like the last pure human, essentially, of the group, with no magical abilities, with no vampiric side to them, just an ordinary cop, basically. So, so yeah, but still, it does add to the angst between Matt and his dad. I do feel like his dad might die at some point. I mean, I was surprised he didn't die in the last episode, but, you know, maybe they were leaving that for another day. Who knows? But especially with this angst and as well as the fact that he's just a new character of this season, I do kind of suspect he might die in this season, and it's just going to be absolutely devastating, especially if you keep building towards this angst. But yeah, but it, like I said, it was very interesting learning a little bit about this bell and the fact that Sybil is very, very curious to get her hands on it, for her own safety. But Celine was like, "Aha, screw you." But good on Celine, because Sybil was going to burn those kids. I'm surprised that no one decided to... Like, I'm guessing there were some backups in place and all of that, but still, I mean, I would have still tried to put out the torch or whatever. Like, even with Matt there, and yeah. So, but it's going to be so cathartic when Caroline is able to take a chance on Sybil and beat the shit out of her, because she can't, obviously, right now with her threats about her children. So, but even with her, like, it's not just her general annoyance, but also, and also the fact that she's willing to burn these kids alive, like they are the witches that would have died and all that time ago. It's the fact that she did threaten her kid. Like, that's grounds to just beat the shit out of her when all is you know, able to, basically, because she can't right now, but when she can, when she's given the green light, I want to see results. So, yeah. But yeah, I am also liking the fact that we are getting... I know I said this the other episode because, I mean, it did strike me then, but even so, I mean, you've got this bit of history with Matt's character, but also this whole massive quest, really, in terms of what could be a potential Achilles heel. Excuse me. You've got this plot going on with this Achilles heel for Sybil. It's great because of the fact that it's given Matt a bit more to do than what we had like throughout season 7, for example. And I am really liking it. I do feel like there have been times throughout the show where he is just there in a sense, and he's not been given a lot to do. And I think they tried to give him something in season 7, and it kind of fell a little bit flat. But I'm definitely not seeing that with season 8. So there is some kind of justice I am seeing in terms of Matt's character, what with his dad, and with this quest that's been going on, or even the fallout from Tyler, because him and Tyler were a little bit close, weren't they, in terms of their interaction? So it is great to see. Yeah, but yeah, it's a bit of a kerfuffle now that Stefan's going all Ripper mode. Yeah. Ugh. It was just really rough. I had a feeling it was going to happen. That's the thing. But yeah. I really, really enjoyed how things came about in terms of Stefan and Damon essentially testing faux Elena. So, yeah. I definitely do feel like she's coming back in some capacity by the... Like, I mean, I kind of had some expectancy given the state of her situation by the end of season 6. I kind of had some expectancy that, okay, she's getting written out for season 7. She's probably going to come back in season 8. And I definitely do feel like with the constant mentions and all of that, it's kind of building up. At this point, especially since we're halfway through this final season of the Vampire Diaries, at this point, if Elena doesn't come back, it will feel like a massive blue ball moment because of the fact that they have... Well, to be fair, they have been teasing Elena for quite some time. I mean, I only found out the other day that I think Raina was supposed to be an Elena doppelganger, but obviously Nina wasn't around for season 7. So, and I kind of had a feeling that it was going to be deliberate because, like I said, it wasn't just the one ad lib or whatever from Ian in terms of, oh, you look exactly like Elena. Damon made a mention of it twice, and I'm like, and when you mention it a second time, it's either lazy or it's either meaning something, and I choose to believe it was meaning something. And again, I did get told that, okay, well, I think Raina was supposed to be an Elena doppelganger, so which would have been cool to see, but I mean, still, I'm still satisfied with what we got with Raina. But now we got this other person who looks like Elena, and I'm glad I wasn't twitching when we first saw her. I'm like, you know, kind of to the side. She looks like Elena, and then she spoke, and I kind of heard Nina in a sense, if that makes sense. Like I kind of heard her. Obviously not carbon copy. No one's expecting that, but yeah. So, yeah, it's gonna be. I mean, we were very, very invested to see how things were gonna go with Stefan and Damon. Now that Stefan has decided to shove the good guy act to the side. But he wasn't really full Ripper at that moment when he decided to turn the humanity switch off. I mean, like I said, it was always going to be very interesting, but he made assurance he wasn't going to go full Ripper. That lasted a good episode. So, yeah, I had a feeling it was going to happen, though, when he kept ushering. He even had that moment of glitch when Damon fed off for Elena. He had that moment where he was just so tempted, but reined it in, but it wasn't going to last. So, yeah. But it was just very funny to see how Stefan was fighting, because it is kind of funny how switching off your humanity is also an act to try and fight this urge of going completely off the rails. All for it to backfire, and yet he was going off the rails in this episode because of the way that he was testing poor Tara. Because that's it, though. I mean, they really set her up to fail, or at least Stefan did. Damon was basically the fall guy. I mean, yeah, he essentially had a part to play in things, but Stefan was the one that was pushing buttons, and yeah. And not just that, though, but you think back to the beginning where that guy in the therapy group was, I don't care if any of these people die. And it's like, I mean, yeah, what he said was messed up, sure. But I don't think it's grounds for, you know, murder. But, I mean, to be fair, can't play by the rules, can you? So, yeah. But yeah, it was just very, very interesting to see how things would play out. In this episode, just with Stefan going to the darker side again, but just to see him set poor Tara up to fail, because that's it. He was like, oh, it's that temptation towards the dark side. It's yeah, it's Palpatine to Luke all over again. But yeah, Damon being the more benevolent brother is, I mean, I guess to be expected in a sense, because of the fact that we know what Damon is like as a Ripper, sadly. We know what Stefan is like as a Ripper, should I say. Damon has been on a bit of a better path, especially with the fact that he said, screw you to Sybil, who, of course, you know, ripping the heart out wasn't going to do shit, was it? But I kind of suspected later on in the fourth section of my in the last episode. But yeah, I mean, Stefan is always very, very dangerous, and this whole idea of, I'm going to keep it under control and all of that, and it's like, no, you're not. You're not. And then we just see how things went by with this episode. I think the more he was testing Tara, the more dangerous he was becoming, the more likely he was going to, you know, be Ripper. But, yeah. It's really, really rough now that Stefan has gone full Ripper. And it's going to be very interesting to see if Damon is going to, I don't know, switch up. Because he's still under oath. That's the pickle. He's still under oath. And it's just going to be, I kind of expect him to switch his humanity back on. With the amount of teasers he's being pushed towards the light. Even going back for the necklace. I kind of had a feeling, like, unless it was absolutely destroyed, when Damon threw it out the window, there was a part of me before he did reach there that was thinking he's going to go back for it, and he did. So, yeah. But yeah, I did like that moment where he did go back, and not just that for the necklace, but also talking to that guy as well. Yeah, it was just that necklace is his hope. I mean, he even said, I don't know why, but it does help me a bit, and that's because it's that like side of him that tries to or not acknowledge, should I say, his lacking of humanity. But deep down, it's pushing towards the light, so it's good to see. But whether he's going to be the one to break and switch shit back on, try to save Stefan because he'll be going off the rails big time with him being in Ripper form, yeah, I do kind of expect that to be the case. But at the same time, you do worry with Cade, and he is not a guy that takes failure well. Because what happens when you fail the devil? Yeah. But yeah, that was episode 8 of season 8. We are halfway done of this final season. I'll see you guys next time. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. You can check my videos on the right if you want to check out more of my content. You can also subscribe to my media feeds and channel if you want to. Hope you guys enjoyed this reaction. Hope you guys take care, and I'll see you guys next time. Toodles!